And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing 7 Days to Die. Well, in between episodes there, when you notice it's pretty much the afternoon of day 30. So in between episodes, I finished the skirting on this side. I dug out the hill and finished that off. And added another row of fertilized ground. I had enough fertilizer for 20 more, so I added another row, and it looks like we are ready for a harvest of potatoes. I think what I'm going to do, this will give us quite a lot of potatoes. I've got 3 little aloe plants planted in the new row, and what that will do is I'll start the process of getting us enough aloe to build or to craft some of that stainless steel polish that we're going to need. I've already crafted the oil, so I've got a bunch of oil ready to go. I'm crafting a whole bunch of glue. Oh, it's done. So there's the glue. And let's see, put the glue up here because I'm going to probably need some more duct tape eventually. So, and I had a bunch of bone. I have 650 bones, so I just thought, might as well make it into glue and be ready for that. Also, what I did is I went to the Crack-A-Book and the working stiffs. So what I'm going to do is mark the Crack-A-Book with a label. So let's give it just a generic castle. So store day 30. That will tell me that I went to both stores on day 30. Yeah, I walked all the way over here, and lo and behold, I found the auger stuff. So I am really excited for that. So I'm going to grab some repair kits and a little bit of steel. So we'll then go through. I want to first repair the auger parts. And then for the blade, we can actually now use the blade that we got, a repair kit, and a little bit of forged steel, and it should craft it all the way up because it's a miscellaneous craft, and I've got that maxed. It builds it all the way up to 600. So we now have a level 600 auger blade, which is really nice. And all it cost us was a little bit of resources. So I've got this small engine that I've been saving for our mini bike. Unfortunately, even going through the Crack-A-Book and the working stiff, still no mini bike book. I was really having my fingers crossed for a mini bike book, but it looks like it wasn't in the cards for us this time around, and I'm gonna have to go probably to, well, I know there's right over here, there's a pass and gas, so I think I might go and explore that area in the next episode and see if we can't get a little bit of luck with that. So the first thing that we're going to need is some handlebars, and we're going to need a little bit of leather and some mechanical parts, which we've got quite a bit of. So let's grab a little bit of leather and go to a workbench and handlebars. This should be a miscellaneous craft as well, so we should get a 600 out of it, which is nice. So the one thing you have to be aware of with the auger is it generates heat. So using it too long will start spawning the screamers. So in order to build this, you're going to go to assemble, put the handlebars in, the engine in, and the parts in, and they do some math, and it actually comes out with a value. So a few things that I did to my augers is I made them so, no, I didn't want that. I modded my augers a bit, and one of the things I did is made it so it doesn't have a kickback when you use it. So it doesn't jump the camera, because it was kind of making me a little ill when it did that. So the other thing I did is gave it a gas tank size of 1,000. So you can use it a little longer without having to refill it constantly. And I also gave it, you know, some damage bonus against dirt, because I was really tired of a level 600 auger still taking 2 shots on dirt. That was kind of annoying. So I gave it a bonus damage to dirt and a very, very slight bonus damage to stone. And that just makes it sort of an end game digger. You know, you've got your high level shovels that do a good job but are slow. But I really wanted something to clear out the dirt and the stuff around us. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the audio way down and make it so it's a lot less annoying. And I'm going to go grab my weed cleaver, because I do want a little bit of plant fibers for other crafting stuff. But we can go over here, and first let's take out a bunch of this stuff here. Don't really care how far back I go. I just want a little bit of it. I don't want too much, because I've got to be a little careful in this area, because my mine is almost directly underneath this area, and I don't want to collapse too much at once. But we'll get an idea of the auger here in a second. Take these little bushes down. I hate these things. And the bird's nest I can raid. Let's put some light up in here. Yeah, it's raining, cloudy, in the middle of the afternoon, and it's dark as heck outside. So I'm not sure actually how far out I need to go. I know it's 9 blocks away from that, but it's kind of hard to judge when the terrain is so smooth like this. I didn't bring any rebar frames or anything on me, so let's get an idea of how awesome this auger is. Let's dig it down here. So you can see I modded it so it's a very end game sort of terrain clearer. So if I go through here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That should fall. It should fall. I'm not sure why it's not falling. You gotta be careful of these little terrain things that stick out too. Okay, that's really weird. There it goes. Really easy to clean up, and then you just keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of am methodical when it comes to the terrain. Oh, see, we've got a little error up there. We want to take care of that as soon as possible, because we don't want to keep that around. So one of the things we're going to have to do, let's craft some frames. Let's craft like 10 of them, because they're really fast to craft. And we're going to want to build that out, because you don't want these little terrain glitches to linger. And that's a result of the terrain smoothing, which you know, you can get rid of if you just kind of go along with your frames and you place frames down, and it will smooth the terrain out, but it's pretty tedious to do that. So I do it in some places, but not in every place because it is pretty tedious. But you can see how fast the auger makes terrain, and if you just kind of put up with the noise a little bit, you can dig really, really fast. Even with a vanilla one, you can dig pretty fast. I know I need at least to go 5 back. It's kind of tough to judge how much space you need to give. When it's supported on both sides, it could give way at any time. So you just clear it out until it gives way. And we've got another, wow, this is really being prone to errors here. This is doesn't really, oops, doesn't usually happen this often. But yeah, if you leave those errors, things can get bad fast. So you want to kind of nip those in the bud there. And I'm getting really cold. I've already got jeans on. Boy, I am dropping temperature fast. Why is that? Oh, I'm wet. That's why. I've only got a 15% coverage rate on my... So I need to go get a leather duster here. You can see the auger will make very short work out of the rest of that hill. Oh, that's all that stuff. I need my leather duster, and immediately we'll start warming up. Leather duster will limit how wet I get, and that will keep me warm, at least for a little while. So these last remaining dregs here, we can just quickly go through. Oh, I left a little hole right there. That's okay, I can get some sod and fill that in later. So we need to know how far back to go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to go back 3 more to be 10 back. So if I do 1, oh, there's some, you see there's some stone in there. So there's 2, and there's 3. There's a little bit of stone peeking up right here, but this is one of the reasons I love the auger, is these crafting games and these sort of voxel games, you know, you can edit the terrain and stuff, and that is so nice to be able to just mold the game and the area that you're in. So this should give way eventually. There it goes. That'll square me off anyway. Did we fill in the hole? It's one of the reasons I like to leave them for a little bit, is the falling dirt can fill it in. Yeah, before I went to those stores, I actually put quite a few points into scavenging just to have a better chance at, you know, the stuff that we want. So this is sticking out there. Let's take that away. Try to take all of these little areas away. There's another one. Oh. Wait. Oh, right in the throat. Sorry, dude. We have a few treasure maps that we could actually find. Is this going to be a wandering horde? Oops, sorry. Oh, he fell through the world. He probably fell into my mine. That's my guess. Is he fell down into the mine. So there, we squared this away. We rounded the corner on this side. Yeah, we got a wandering horde going on here. Oh, took his head right off. There's some bird's nest over here I didn't even know about. Sham. Everybody's got the sham. So let's go see if there's any more. A duke. I'm not seeing anybody. That's a world's smallest wandering horde, I think. So yeah, we have got now a lot of progress made. And, you know, the sort of on-off way of using that that auger, you use it for a little while, you put it away, you do some other miscellaneous stuff. You know, it allows the heat map to really cool off and be a lot less likely to spawn screamers. And this little hole right here, I'm suspecting this hole was dug by zombies while I was down in the mine over one of the nights. So I will show you now the mine. It is getting a little later in the day. So the mine, we've gotten quite a few resources out of it. And I was a little too close to the base here. So I decided, let's see, is that a zombie anywhere in here? So yeah, I was really clearing out. You know, we had a rush towards getting some iron. So I really went through and did a nasty job of clearing out just the iron. So I thought, you know, I really want to get a little bit more under this, you know, these hills. So I decided let's kind of branch off this way and try again. And now that we're kind of under the hill, I can go over here and lo and behold, we've got lots more resources under here that we can go for. And I think what I'm going to do is do the same pillar design, but leave more spaces in between the pillars. I don't think they need to be 5 blocks apart. I think we can stretch that to something like 8 blocks apart and still support the roof above us. So yeah, I think we can get away with a little more spacious pillars. And that way, if we run into ore, we don't have to worry about our pillars having so much ore in them. If they're further away, further apart. And I'll probably craft some regular stone. Instead of using destroyed stone, craft some regular stone to really, you know, fill those pillars in. And regular stone is a tad bit expensive. You can craft it, but it takes some cement. So I'm going to need to smelt down some more cement in order to do that. And as you can see, I've added a chest for all the different types of guns and all the different types of fuel, batteries, and engines. And the reason I did this is in my other game, in my private game, that's the game that I made the Gravestowne apartments in. And if you want to check that video out, the link is in the description. But that game is much, much further along. And the horde nights that I'm running into in, you know, the day 70, day 77, we're getting a ton of gun parts. And so I wanted to prepare for that. And so when we do a horde night, I can just dump all the guns and gun parts into these storage containers and then go from there and combine them and make, you know, some level 600 guns and keep my guns, you know, max level. and then that will free up this chest for finished guns and repair kits, and I don't have to worry about filling this up. So completed guns will be in here, as well as repair kits, and then I can do individual gun parts and guns over here. So just a little bit more organization when it comes to those later game horde nights, and it's going to be pretty sweet when those horde nights get so intense that we're just going to almost fill up those chests, like especially the magnum parts, with how many ferals that we're going to be getting. We're going to be able to build quite a few level 600 guns by some far off dates. So, but that will do it for this episode. We got the auger. That is so nice. That'll really speed up our build and be able to give us a chance to build at other sites a little bit more quickly too. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.